All right, Savannah, good afternoon and happy 4th of July. It's your boy, Terrass, in here again with a great guest, host of the Savannah Business Showcase. And thank you guys for joining us this afternoon. I have a great guest. He is the creator of the Savannah Seaport News on YouTube, Pacman Zone, for the people of Savannah that might know him. So before we get started, I'm going to let you introduce yourself. But the way I like to start is with a scenario. So here is. You're walking through your neighborhood, a little kid comes up to you and says, Pacman, you're my hero. You know, I want to be like you when I grow up. So in the language that a 10 or 12-year-old can understand, what does it take to be Pacman Jones?
Oh, well, I wouldn't say a kid should be like me. Like my father always told me, don't be like me, be better than me. So I always strive to do things that's better than him. So if I ever met a kid like that, I always tell him, you know, don't do what I've done, because, you know, I have things that I've done that can't be erased. But, you know, just strive to be the best that you can be, especially the kids now.
Yeah. Yeah. Why do you say that, especially the kids now?
I mean, a lot of them are so disrespectful, man. Like, I live in a black community. A lot of them, some of them don't have a lot of that proper etiquette that a lot of kids should have.
Gotcha. I feel that. I definitely feel that. That's why I grew up, so I'm familiar with it closely. So we'll get back to that. Well, introduce yourself. Like, who are you? You're from Savannah, so tell us a little bit about you and Seaport News.
Yeah, well, I'm 26. My birthday just passed on January.
January was a while ago.
Yeah. Well, I'm Pacman Jones, if you don't know already. I'm on YouTube. I own Savannah Seaport News. That's pretty much a YouTube channel. I'm also on Facebook too, Savannah Seaport News as well. But I really focus on YouTube and pretty much about how Savannah has pretty much changed as far as like the crime. I also feature a lot of artists. I interview a lot of artists. I just interviewed an artist not too long ago. I'll talk about just anything that's in Savannah and in Chatham County that people should be aware about. And it's not just for black people, it's for anybody that just want to come in Savannah or that's just living in Savannah.
Yeah, nice. So you probably know Clay Hodges.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's a host there.
That's one of my first videos I done about was Clay Hodges.
Oh really?
Yeah, that was about 2 years ago.
Nice. Yeah. He's a good friend. I once saw him perform the other night.
Yeah.
What about VP? Does that sound familiar?
He's an artist?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Local artist, VP. Anyway, I worked out with him a couple times. He got some good stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of dope artists in there.
Yeah, I'm learning. Savannah's got a good music scene along with the art scene and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I guess tell us a little bit more about Seaport News and like what you do with that.
I mean, pretty much a typical video is like me, like talking about the crime. Like the last video I did was I was talking about, you know, the homicide of Puff, the guy that got killed on the east side. Pretty much I talk about just like crime videos. Some of them, like I said, are like artist interviews. I meet up with artists like in the downtown area, pretty much in this type of area, like in the downtown squares, and I might just interview anybody that's like coming up as an artist. I do interviews not only just for artists. I did one for, you know, homicide victims' families. I talked to Gwendolyn Farrell, the lady son that was killed in that last year's 4th of July crash. Yeah. I interviewed her. I mean, man, I've done a lot. I've got like 200 plus videos on there. Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah, it's a really cool. That's why I had you on, because I reached out to you in the beginning, because I mean, like, it's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, what you're doing is pretty cool. What you're doing.
Yeah.
Because these are stories that like need to be told that aren't being told anywhere else. You know. Yeah. So what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what attracted you to like doing this stuff? I think we talked about it a little bit before air, but.
Well, you know, I don't watch TV at all. I'm always on the internet. I'm always on YouTube. So being that, like, I just had the idea, just watching other people, like, well, you know, a lot of the stuff on YouTube is gaming stuff and so much other nonsense. And I was like, well, maybe I can create something, you know, as far as putting something out on the internet, because there's a lot of people that's putting things out on the internet, making a lot of videos, and they're not attracting the right audience, the right crowd. And I was like, well, maybe I could change that. Maybe I can post something that educates the people and kind of give a little bit of entertainment, but just let people know like what really happened in the city and a lot of things that's been like uncovered. Like some of my videos also are viewer requested. Some of them people want to know about people that passed and they had like a pretty good impact on the streets.
Word. Okay. Now you're from Savannah.
Yeah, born and raised, 26 years.
Born and raised, 26 years. All right. What so like what keeps you here? You ever think about moving, or you love Savannah?
Oh, always. I always thought about moving, but just things kept happening that made me kind of stay here. And I always thought about moving, but if I do move, it'll be I gotta live by the ocean. I can't live inland. I'm that seafood is so nice, man. People don't know about living in Savannah. Like seafood is awesome here. Like my mom, she went to New Orleans for my brother's birthday, and she said, "Man, that seafood is terrible." Said, stay down here.
Okay. What's so like I've only been here for like 2 years. I haven't been to a good seafood place. So like, what's your favorite seafood spot?
Well, now I just started going to Nancy's off of Highway 80. There's Kerry Hiller's, of course.
Okay. Yeah.
Jackie's Seafood. I go there sometimes. Man. I mean, there's a few of them. I mean, those the main ones that I really go to.
Okay. I want to check those out. Yeah. Do you fish at all? Because that's what I've been into lately.
I fish with my friend. Actually, the guy that just saved that 2-year-old girl in the woods in Port Wentworth.
No.
Well, his name's Ernest.
Okay.
I went fishing with him in about like a few months ago off Tabby Island.
Okay.
Yeah. And that's my friend,
Yeah.
I gotta shout him out. Because I mean that was epic, man.
Yeah. So like what happened?
Oh, with the girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was missing in the woods for about 18 hours, and there's an actual video on it where it's about 3 or 4 police officers. Mind to tell you that he's not even an official police officer yet. I mean, he just graduated, but he still got to do like a little bit more training. But the video is them going in the woods, and they hear this little girl making noise, and they rush out to him, and they eventually save the girl.
Wow.
Yeah. But I mean, luckily she had like really minor scrapes.
Yeah. Wow. That's crazy. That's I gotta start watching your channel more.
Yeah. Well, no, I haven't posted that on my video.
Okay.
Yet.
You should get an interview with Ernest there.
Yeah. Just me and him, like his scheduling is like way different. Plus, like after when he saved those girls, man, saved that girl, he's been getting like interviews. I think he just posted something with the governor.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man.
That's epic.
Yeah.
I'm proud of him.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. And he's a fisherman, so he's a good guy.
Oh yeah.
What so I think that's awesome, man. So like, what's been one of your most like popular videos, and what's been one that has impacted you the most?
Well, the one that has the most views now, I'm glad you asked that. Well, one that has the most views now is the one about Quando Rondo. Well, not even about Quando Rondo. Quando Rondo's friend, Kwafi Murphy, was I believe he was like 16 years old, 17 years old when he got killed. And I was supposed to do an interview with the guy that was in the car with him when he was shot. But that was a video that's got like 160,000 views on it right now. One of I got a few notorious videos that a lot of people don't like. I did a video about 2 years ago about Ricky Gibbons. Of course, people in Savannah probably know about his name by now. I've done.
I don't. You want a brief history?
Like
I said, I'm from Charlotte. I live in Chicago. I don't watch the news. Like I stay in my little bubble, man. So like you gotta.
I mean Ricky Gibbons. I mean he's in prison now for like drug trafficking, and he's been like. It's been said that he's been like ordering people to make hits. For drug transactions.
I got you.
I know I did another video about camouflage. I did like 2 videos about camouflage. The first one, I did that 2 years ago. I got some thousand views on it, probably like 18,000 views on it. But the second one, not so sure, but I got a higher view count. Originally on the part 2, I offended a lot of people because originally I said camouflage part 2, so who killed camouflage? And when people seen that video, a lot of people got offended because keep in mind, like a lot of people treat camouflage. You know what camouflage is, right?
I've seen his image.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, pretty much a lot of people got offended by it because people treat camouflage like a lot of people feel like he died like yesterday. To be honest with you, like a lot of people are still offended by it, and I was like telling people like, you know, what happened, you know, who killed him, and why wasn't he charged with the murder of his death?
Yeah.
And that really ticked a lot of people off. So a lot of people want me to change what I said in the video, and I was like, well, I won't do that, but I'll change the title, you know, so I won't really offend anybody, but it still gets people watching.
Yeah.
And, you know, I've done, like, crime videos about, like, gangs and stuff.
Man. So which one did you say impacted you the most?
I would say the camouflage videos.
Okay.
I mean, definitely, because a lot of people who aren't even from Savannah or in Savannah, like, still want to know about this man. Like, I really, I keep in contact with, like, my subscribers, so sometimes I might tell a subscriber, like, to call me because somebody might have a question, and somebody might have a question about camouflage.
That's real.
Yeah. And, like, a lot of people, like, respect and love his legacy.
So what did he do, like, for Savannah? Because I know he was an artist.
Yeah, he died when he was 21. He owned he didn't own the record label, but he worked for Pure Paint Records.
Okay.
It used to be off of 37th. Yeah, but that place don't exist anymore. But he got killed in 2003, I think in May. Yeah, but yeah, he was impacting a lot of people's lives. Like, a lot of people still listen to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
A lot of people want to be like him still to this day.
I'm gonna have to do some more research on him.
Yeah.
Seems like a good guy. Okay. Cool, man. So this is a radio show for business owners, small business owners, entrepreneurs, and like YouTube is a major way to like get your name out there, and a major way to like build an audience and get attention. And without attention, you can't be in business. So like, what are some tips you would give to some local business owners if they want to improve, or like start a YouTube channel or improve the YouTube channel?
Well, first, have an email, of course. Secondly, establish yourself in a way that you can create yourself on different platforms. You know, create a Facebook, get a Twitter, get a YouTube, get any type of social media that's doing like big numbers that can attract a lot of people. Even get an Instagram. I don't have Instagram, but just like build yourself up. You know, make videos. Just keep making videos, or if you don't make videos, just keep promoting yourself out in a way. Just keep pushing yourself out in a way, because you know, at what I do, I don't have any like promotion at all. Like, everything I do is just off social media, just pushing it out on my Twitter and on my Facebook page.
So how many videos do you do a week?
Man, I used to, when I first started, I used to do a video every other day. Now it's pretty much anytime something really significant really happens, I try to like summarize it all up.
Okay.
But I try to do it probably like once a week, or probably once every 2 weeks. I haven't posted in like 2 weeks though.
Okay.
But I got some stuff coming along.
Gotcha.
Trying to do like a little bit more interviews.
Yeah. Do you think it helps more? Do you think it helps more, like, get you more people when you do more interviews? Like when you post more videos, does that get you a bigger audience?
Sometimes. I mean, yeah, some people. I mean, my audience, they respond to the interviews to an extent, but not so much to like the crime and you know, the homicides and everything of that nature.
Okay. Gotcha. What other tips would you have for like YouTube specifically?
Well, with YouTube now, it's going in a funny place because it's so hard to get a video monetized, especially talking about what I'm talking about. A lot of my videos, I can expect for it to be demonetized, but if you want to play the game of YouTube, then you gotta pretty much follow the rules, or else you're gonna get copyright strikes. They're gonna pretty much ban you from YouTube. I had like a copyright strike because I used a video from WTOC, but I mean, pretty much if you want to survive on YouTube, you just got to pretty much attract the audience that pretty much is like interested in what you like speaking on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but I'm sure you know your audience pretty well down there.
Well, majority of my audience is male, between like my age group, like between 25 and 35. I think like 20% female. So pretty much the guys watch it.
Gotcha. That makes sense. What Are they mostly in Savannah then?
Oh, my audience?
Yeah.
Yeah, my audience. Well, my audience is in Georgia, Florida, South Carolina. I mean, pretty much nationwide. You know, YouTube has a thing where you can just display all the states.
Yeah.
That watch your videos, and I watch all across the nation.
Word. That's what's up. Yeah. That's pretty awesome, man. So like, where do you see it going? So, a year from now, 2 years from now, like, where do you see Savannah Seaport News being?
Oh, keep doing interviews. Keep doing interviews, talking about the news. I want to elevate myself, probably in radio, but I don't know if I'm there yet. But I do want to help the community out even more. Probably do like give backs. I haven't done one yet, but I like to. Just pretty much just interview the people and just talk about the people that's from Savannah. I mean, there's a lot more videos that I could be doing now, but I kind of slowed down on it because some of them was getting negative attention from like the actual family members that watched it.
Yeah.
So.
I bet. What so like if you did a give back, what would you do? Because I might be interested in helping.
I really just want to help the homeless people.
Mm.
You know, help the homeless and help the youth in Savannah, whether you black or white, because there's a lot of poor white families too in Savannah.
Definitely.
So probably just do a food charity. You know, just give food out to the homeless and to the less fortunate people that can't feed themselves.
Mm. That's good stuff. We'll talk about that more, because for real, like I think about the same thing a lot too. Like, how can I give back more? Like, I joined you might be interested in this. Actually, I joined a local organization. It's called the JCs, the Savannah JCs, and it's a nonprofit service organization for like young professionals. So people between the ages of 21 and 40, and we do like a lot of community events, man. We just give back, and so that I think. Yeah, you should come over to the next one if you're free.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, I interviewed. Well, I actually came to a community event for Linda Bryan. She had one for her son. I think she has it coming up this year too, for her son that was murdered, and she drew out a large crowd in, I believe that was Forsyth Park. Yeah, that was Forsyth, I believe. And yeah, she's doing a lot for the community as well.
Awesome, Linda Bryan.
Look her up on Facebook. Man, I mean, I got a video on that on YouTube, but she drew out a lot of people. It's probably like 1,000 people out there at the park. Yeah. I mean, being that the park is already has a lot of people coming to that park, but yeah, she's doing a lot for the community. That's a lot of people. That's awesome. Yeah. Okay. What does she do on a regular? You said she's the mother of a. Her son is Lawrence Bryan the fourth. He got killed a few years back, but ever since then, you know, she's been a activist in the community. You know, she's a real activist. She used to work with my mother for the Savannah Police Department, like in the 90s. So she's nothing to play with. I bet. It sounds like anybody who bring out 1,000 people to Forsyth is definitely not nothing to play with. Okay, and that's crazy because like most people, like you just visit here, you wouldn't even know that Savannah's 60% black. You know what I mean? Oh yeah. Because they just go to the historic district. Yeah. You know? Yeah, the historic district does have a lot more white families, and you know, I would say black people mainly live in, you know, in the outside cities, like where I'm at, you know, on the west side, you know, east side, south side. I mean, black people are spread out throughout the whole city of Savannah. Yeah, yeah. I like Savannah though. I definitely like Savannah. Savannah's a good city. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. I mean, the people here, they'll be like, oh, you know, it's boring because there's not so much to do. Yeah, but no matter where you're from, people are going to say the same thing. All right, Savannah, welcome back. Savannah Business Showcase on the 4th of July. I'm in here with the very dedicated, I won't say, I'm not much older than him, so I'm very dedicated man. I'm not going to say young man because you're not younger than that much. Pacman, creator, founder, owner of Savannah Seaport News, where he's doing just a major service for the people in these, the people in our communities who don't have a voice. And it's, you know, Savannah's communities. Not my communities as a black guy, but as Savannah's communities, you know. So we're going to put you through the lightning round, though. So you can answer these questions as short or as long as you want to. It's just a bunch of stuff that kind of, hopefully, like inspire people, motivate people, educate people, that type of stuff. That's cool.
what did you want to be as a kid, and how does that relate to your current business?
As a kid, I mean, I always wanted to be a lot of things. I thought I'd be a chef at one point, but I can cook good.
Okay.
I wanted to be like a doctor at one point. I wanted to do just anything that had to do with sports. But as of like now, what I'm doing, I mean, that's changed pretty much dramatically of what I'm doing now as far as making YouTube videos.
Did you play sports?
Yeah, I played. See, growing up, I always played like a lot of like street basketball.
Okay.
I used to be fat. Like I played football in middle
Same
school, and I've done track and field.
Okay.
Yeah, in high school.
Nice. Yeah, because you've done videos of athletes too, right?
Yeah, Anthony Lanier. I've done videos about. Tim Quarterman. I actually met Tim Quarterman's mom on accident.
Okay.
And I didn't even know until like we was leaving. And
Yeah.
my wife was like, "Hey, you know that's Tim Quarterman's mom." And I was like, "Wow, you didn't tell me this?" But she already got in the car and left. And yeah, I mean, there's a few more athletes.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I watched a bunch of those. I've been watching. So I played offensive line in high school and middle school, and I'm short, so I was pretty bad at it. But I played. We had a sorry team. But I like that. That gets me pumped up more. Like watching the offensive line versus defensive line drills on YouTube. You ever seen any of those?
Oh no.
Yeah, you should check those out, man. Like that gets me pumped up more than watching like people score touchdowns or you know what I'm saying, because that's like when you're in the trenches, like it's just a different mentality. You know what I mean? It's a different mentality. Like they get really into it. Like if you're a DB versus a wide receiver, you're like seeing those drills. Like they can like, they can be happy at the end. Like they're not really talking junk. But if you're like up in the trenches, you know what I mean? Anyway.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, okay. How have you approached failure in life? How do you deal with failure?
Oh man, I failed 1,000 times in life. I probably failed last week, but you just always gotta dust yourself off and just try harder, try things from a different approach. There's a lot of things I failed at in life, but I always felt like I never wanted to quit. I never wanted to give up on myself, no matter how hard I've been stressed out or how much times I've cried. I've always stayed focused and just always wanted better for myself. So if you can achieve it, and you just gotta have that right mindset. A lot of people aren't going anywhere because they have mindset where, well, I'm just straight where I'm at. No, you gotta like improve yourself every day. Like I'm trying to learn Spanish before 2020. I'm trying to do like everything possible, so that way I can just keep myself ahead of the game. Because I mean, right now, there's a lot of Spanish people moving in the communities too. Yeah. So you gotta like really know, know the language.
That's right. That's right. I noticed that about a lot of people too. Like they do have that I'm straight mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's not really life though.
Yeah.
It's hard to live life that way and be happy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah, I mean, and now you gotta really be financially stable in life, and like a lot of times, especially like getting a house or buying a car, you have to like I never talk trash on anybody that has a house, because you have to be going in the right steps to get one, and it's such a long process, man, and it's so tedious.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So we talked about failure. So tell us a story about a failure.
Oh man, being arrested, that probably was the biggest failure of my life, because I've let like family down, and it's nothing. You don't feel the same when your grandparents see you in handcuffs.
Yeah.
And that was probably one of the biggest failures, because I had to pay Chatham County this money, and it's like, oh man, and you just feel like sometimes you just feel like your back's against the wall. Yeah. You might not have a lot of people on your side to cover you, but thank God I got my family.
Yeah.
That helped me out and stayed through.
So that said, like there's another entrepreneur, young guy, young business owner out there, probably in the same situation, like trying to do something better for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Then they end up in a bad situation where they're getting arrested or about to get arrested. Like, what advice do you have for them? Somebody who's in your same situation.
I'll tell people for one, look for guidance. A lot of the youth, or not even the youth, a lot of people that's my age, they don't really have nobody to look up to. So I would say, you know, seek guidance. You know, I go to church every Sunday. Even when I don't feel like it, my wife, she'll drag me like, hey, let's go to church. Oh, okay. But, you know, just find something that you can be dedicated to. Or just find like a small hobby. You know, find something that you can do just, even if it's just for 1 hour out of the day for just a week. You know, just do that. And, you know, that can increase more time into it. You might spend more time into the craft. You know, just like how Savannah Seaport News kind of started. I just started off, you know, let me just do one video. And then one video turned into 200 plus videos. So just find something that you can do just to stay out of the way and stay out of the streets, because a lot of people aren't playing any games.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
What so did you start Seaport News before or after you got arrested?
After.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Was that so? That was like your hobby that came from it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just to keep people educated.
Yeah. That's awesome, man. Okay. So who influenced you early in life, and who's your mentor now?
Oh, I mean, my mom and my dad, pretty much. I mean, they're still together, as hard as their relationship been. But I mean, my dad, I always looked up to him. You know, his work ethic. You know, all the things that happened to him. You know, and my mom, you know, she used to work for the Chatham County Jail. So, you know, she always gave me like the right encouragement and, you know, just always pushed me in the right way. Even when I was going the wrong way, she always was, you know, just tell me to you know, just do better for myself. And without them, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now. Yeah. Especially help from my family, because that's where it really lays down at.
That's awesome, man. I read something the other day, like when you have a tight knit family, like multiple generations that live close to each other, like you live longer.
Yeah.
You know, and that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, a good family, man. I've seen people, you know, struggle without having a good family. You know, so you just have to have, or even if you don't have a strong family, just find people that really like care about you the most, and you know, just stay close to them. Yeah.